Mr Deputy Speaker, I'd like to begin by congratulating my state Labor colleagues on a remarkable win on Saturday, with very big congratulations, of course, to our Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews. Deputy Speaker, the swings were bigger than expected, and they came from everywhere across the state, and they especially came from within traditional Liberal heartland seats. The Victorian election was a resounding affirmation that people in my electorate of Cornwall and electorates across the state want governments to get on with the job of investing in the key areas of education, health and infrastructure, because these are the areas of concern and of most importance to our communities. It also showed clearly that Australians want a united, stable government. They want governments who listen to them, who understand them, and get on with the job of delivering to them, as opposed to the infighting and division and instability and chaos that we are witnessing in this place day after day after day after day. Deputy Speaker, as it stands, Cornwall is one of the fastest-growing areas in the state, and it includes Australia's fastest-growing suburb, the suburb of Mickleham. Knowing this, the re-elected Andrews Labor government has committed to building 6 new schools in Cornwall as part of its $850 million investment in education. And in contrast, knowing this, the Victorian Liberal Party sat on its hands and did nothing to support and assist in the education of the children in my electorate. Now, we shouldn't be surprised, Deputy Speaker, because a previous Liberal government under Jeff Kennett became infamous for shutting schools down and selling them off. So clearly, today's Liberals have not understood the message that investment in education is key to a community's aspiration and opportunities. The 6 new schools that are being built in my electorate, desperately needed, include Aitken Hill Primary School, which will be opening in 2019, Craigieburn South Secondary School, opening in 2020, Greenvale North West Primary School, opening in 2021, the Merrifields West Primary School, opening in 2021, the Greenvale Secondary College, opening in 2020, and the Calcallo Common Primary School, opening in 2022. Now, in particular, the Greenvale Secondary College is one that I'm particularly proud of, and I want to thank the tireless efforts of our state member, the member for Euroke, Ros Spence, and the Greenvale Progress Association for seeing the Barrymore site that had stood vacant for decades finally be transformed into the much-needed school that is set to service the Greenvale community. Now, earlier this year, I also took the opportunity, Deputy Speaker, to visit the Tullamarine Primary School, who were in desperate need for more funding to repair the declining school buildings. I immediately spoke with my state colleague, the member for Sunbury, Josh Bull, and he, along with the Minister for Education, James Merlino, did not hesitate to deliver $4.5 million into repairing the new buildings for the Tullamarine Primary School. And I want to thank Josh for his efforts and contribution to a school which is experiencing increased enrolments year by year. Mr Deputy Speaker, this sort of investment isn't saddling future communities with debt, nor is it playing catch-up or choosing or making choices from Liberal or Labor electorates. This is an investment that is for the future of our people, of our local constituents. So, Deputy Speaker, I'm really grateful to the Victorian Labor government for understanding the importance of education to my community, because this federal government and their state counterparts do not. Instead, up here in Canberra, our Prime Minister has ripped $14 billion out of public schools in Australia. Our Prime Minister, Deputy Speaker, leads a government which has cut $572 million out of Victorian universities. In stark contrast, federal Labor has committed $804 million to Victorian public schools over the first 3 years of a Labor government. We will uncap undergraduate university places from 2020 and see approximately 50,000 more students attend universities. And, Deputy Speaker, this means more opportunities for my local young people. Mr. Deputy Speaker, my electorate is a fast-growth area, and infrastructure is paramount to our electorate. So we've already seen a re-elected Andrews Labor government start work on their promise to build the North East Link that will ease traffic congestion in Cornwall.